Hello, my lovely friends. This is a recording for Virgo energy. So let me have a look and see what I wrote about for Virgo energy so I can share that with you. So the new moon in Virgo occurs tomorrow, Friday, on the 15th of September, just after 11 in the morning, Australian Eastern Standard Time, at 21 degrees Virgo. So do adjust your timing if you are in another part of the world. So if you're in the US and Canada, it may be on the 14th. So all outer planets plus Mercury are still moving retrograde, suggesting that there's still time for reflection, rest, review, reworking, reorganizing, and so on. Mercury does go station direct the following day, but it's on the new moon, it is still retrograde. Virgo energy is very much about details, especially in matters practical. Virgo folk often focus on their health, their diet, their exercise, and their sleep. And you all know there are many modalities available to us to support our health without having to consult the doctor. And in the following discussion, I talk about energy healing, tissue salts, and water. Now let's start with the new moon. It occurs on Friday, the 15th of September, just after 11 in the morning at 21 degrees Virgo. And at the time, the sun and the moon in Virgo are making a beautiful trine relationship with both Pluto and Uranus in earth signs. So it's very practical energy. Pluto is supporting letting the past go and with all its baggage. And Uranus is encouraging us to think outside the square and create the future we would like to see for ourselves and for others. Be open to receiving new insights, evolving for yourself a new worldview that replaces the prevailing scripts that often we've been fed. Pluto provides the energy to build new systems in growing food, in managing our finance, and we've mentioned this many times, and making physical changes. This trine is in earth signs, making physical changes to the world in which we live. Neptune in Pisces is opposite this new moon and is encouraging us with its watery spirituality to balance the spiritual aspects of our lives with the practical. It's great to dream, but sometimes those dreams are just way too hard. So dream big and use your knowledge to help manifest your dreams. Virgo energy is very much about details, especially in practical matters. And Virgo folk often focus on their health, their diet, their exercise, and the sleep. And it is a most appropriate time to adjust your diet or go on a cleansing diet preparatory to changing radically what you eat, or perhaps eliminate the food your body really doesn't need. I think we all have a bit of that somewhere in our lives. Maybe you're wanting to restart an exercise program or start an exercise program. It might be the gym or regularly running, walking, swimming, biking, paddling, or even a regular yoga practice. Remember that with both the diet and the exercise, you'll be much more successful if you aim for small adjustments rather than radical changes. And the trick is to plan carefully and diligently and then follow through. Sometimes it helps to work with a buddy to help keep you accountable. If you have been unwell, and many in the Southern Hemisphere have experienced colds and flu over the winter, this is the time to seek healing. Remember that there are many paths to healing. Pharmaceuticals may be a short-term solution and may also carry side effects, but they're all part of what we have access to, and we need to be discerning in what we choose to help our healing. Last week, I had acupuncture treatment for an injury that I'd sustained last year. I had tried numerous other solutions without success. But hey presto, in Virgo, Sean stuck his needles into my body and freed up the energy of my left shoulder. Feels amazing. Why didn't I think of that solution earlier? Virgo energy loves efficiency with your job or within your home. It's a good time to reorganize those files, get rid of those that are no longer needed. We've all got emails we should have discarded ages ago. Be very discriminating and tough with yourself. If you no longer need something, let it go. It makes space for something new and better. And this applies to your work as well as to your home. So this efficiency extends into your home, your pantry, your linen cupboard, your own wardrobe, and so on. We live in an abundant world, and it has been changing rapidly over the last few years. There are items we no longer need. Let them go. And then notice how much freedom you feel and how much lighter life seems to be. Be discriminatory in your approach to all you do. This is a great time to address curly problems that you might have been wrangling for some time. You know, the detailed energy of Virgo encourages you to approach problems from many different angles and find the best solution. So use this wonderful, creative, organizing energy to create order from chaos, wherever that might be in your life. You have the insight to see how the bits fit together beautifully. Now, on the downside, worry and anxiety are Virgo traits, as is criticism. And so notice if you find yourself manifesting these energies and just make other decisions. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to be tolerant of yourself and others. Remember, it's human to be imperfect. Virgo energy carries a remembrance of a perfect world, not on this earth, and so strives for perfection in this life, only to find there's constant disappointment. Let go of that need to be perfect. Understand that you are human and that imperfection is part of the package. And once you let go of that need to be perfect, have perfect results, you will feel less anxious and life will actually flow. Amazing. How good is it when you are free of anxiety? Remember, we can't change what happened yesterday, and we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We have the present. We have the now. So let's enjoy each moment as it unfolds for you. Find the joy in the little things. Now let me talk about for a moment tissue salts as an aid to health. Virgo energy is very much about health, and there are more healing modalities available to us than ever before, not counting the basics: breathing, eating well for your body, adequate exercise for your body, and adequate rest. I have this acronym BEER, BEER, breathing, eating, exercise, and rest. Recently, I participated in a Zoom seminar which reminded me of the Schussler cell salts with which I have lived all my life. Nikki Allison, who's an astrologer, explained the astrological links to the various sun signs and the 12 tissue salts created by Schussler. So these tissue salts are readily available as homeopathic support for all sorts of health conditions. And I'm not providing medical advice. But from my experience, I know that they are quite effective in many instances. The influence is homeopathic support, and it doesn't interfere with the pharmaceutical solutions provided by the conventional medical system. In fact, it sometimes helps. But it's as if I'm having an aha moment. My father used to dole these little tablets out on a regular basis, and they've always been effective. And since they are homeopathic, instant results do not always manifest, but they do work. Amazing. These little tissue salts have been with me all my life, and yet it's only now that I'm taking a more serious interest in their value. Duh. Calimur has been a very useful help in getting my body to heal from some lung infection for which I didn't seek any antibiotic solution, because I prefer to treat the body with rest and plenty of fluids, as well as healthy food, and let the body heal itself. And sometimes it is the universe saying to me or to you, slow down, take a break, rest. Calimur reputedly helps decongest lungs and is particularly useful to people with strong Gemini energy. And along with the first aid supplied by Ferrum Phos, rest, fluids, and great food, my body has healed. And if you'd like to have more information, I'm happy to chat to you. So call me 0418 328 681 or send me a message. Now, a very big influence more recently has been a thing called scalar healing. It's an energy healing system. And last year, I was introduced to this opportunity that exists very close to me. And with a few minor aches and pains, I've chosen to experience many sessions in this place. Until recently, I've been wary of sharing too much because the system was being promoted by a young man with a silver tongue. And I don't know about you, but I find young men with silver tongues a little bit, oh, do I trust this man or do I not? Anyhow, the technicalities are complex and I can't explain it to you. So I suggest you watch these videos that they put the links down below to explain how this energy works. And I'm actually really excited about the fact that we have this energy available in our community. Because my story is that I discovered 8 years ago that I had a lower back scoliosis. A yoga teacher? Evelyn? No. But actually, it's not uncommon for many people to have scoliosis. I was horrified to see from the x-rays and feel how misaligned my spine was. And of course, I understand there's no cure for scoliosis. So when this opportunity for healing presented, I thought that I would try and work consciously on straightening my spine. And anecdotal evidence points to some success. Because I've had about 8 sessions since late last year with this EE healing technology. Now, I don't believe my spine will ever be normal, but the curvature has certainly moved more towards being normal than it was. And I'm sure regular exercise and yoga helps me. I tell you, there are many more powerful stories than mine, and I refer you to Jason Shirker. So have a look on Google for him. He's got lots of stories to share, and he's got lots of words to share with you as well. But I believe he's coming from a good space. It's fortunate that there was a centre close to me on the Gold Coast, which has been there for 20 years. And it's only recently that there has been an increase in interest due to the publicity generated by this young man, Jason. So I recommend you check these videos out. I said I'll leave the links. And you may choose to seek out a centre close to you if you're interested in trying this healing opportunity. The reality of the experience is that we sit in or lie in relaxing chairs for 2 hours while being in this energy field. The body knows what needs to heal and is able to create its own priorities. We can help by directing our thoughts and meditations to that part of our body where we think the healing should occur. But the body knows best and it will do what it needs to do. Usually I'm in a group of up to 6 people at a time for a 2-hour session, and it goes really, really quickly. Following the session in the healing space, the recommendation is to have a bath with Epsom salts to help the body detox. Because we're close to the sea, we have been detoxing by going to the beach and swimming in the sea. It's been refreshing and invigorating. Water temperature about 21 degrees, not too bad. Some of us actually feel pulsing in our bodies as the energy impacts them. And other folk feel nothing, especially in the first few sessions. But like any new modality, I suggest you begin with at least 3 sessions to be able to assess the outcomes for yourselves. But you know, what blows me away are the testimonials for the animals. If animals can be healed and they're not bringing a conscious mind to the process, there's got to be value in that energy. So check out this short video. This is about the animals. I'll put that down below as well. And if you're looking for a centre near you, check out the website. The reference I'll put down below. There's, in Australia, I think there's 3 in Queensland. No, 2 in Queensland, 1 on Byron Bay. There's a couple in Melbourne. There's 1 in South Australia. There's numerous in North America. There's 2, I think, in South Africa, and they're also spread throughout Europe. So if you're interested, have a look. And the philosophy is that the treatment should be affordable and available to everyone. At the Mermaid Waters Centre, the fee for 2 hours can be spread amongst as many as 6 people. And I tell you, that's really good value for money for healing. Now, if you choose to experience this healing modality, please share your experience with me and others. If I can help you with any more information, please message me. Now, what about water? Do you know there's messages in the water? Oh, come on, Evelyn, you really are away with the fairies. Well, have you heard or have you been familiar with the work of Masaru Emoto, whose experiments on water many decades ago proved that our thoughts, our attitudes, and our emotions and intentions could physically change the molecular structure of the water? For example, the ice crystals formed from the water introduced to the words, "I love you, I'm grateful for you," were clear and big and beautiful. And the ice crystals that had come from water that had been told, "You're disgusting, I hate you, you're awful," some of them were not fully formed and they just were not nice at all. So consider that astrologically we are expecting the evolutionary and global emphasis to progress to water, with Neptune and Saturn still in Pisces, and Pluto moves into Aquarius, the water bearer. Aquarius is an air sign, but it is a water bearer, just around Christmas time. Now, there's a lady called Veda Austin in New Zealand, and she's taking Emoto's research another leap forward with her crystallography studies with water. So check her website out. And this is what she says about water. Water is the rebel element. It won't conform to the laws of physics or gravity, and it can't be killed. Without it, there is no life. It reincarnates for all to see, and science tells us it came to Earth from outer space. Rebellious, nonconformist, eternal, and alien. Just look at the power that we're filled with. That description lists Aquarian qualities. And for the next 20 years, Pluto will be in Aquarius, transforming our perspectives on many things, including water, since Aquarius is the water bearer. Water is the energy without which we cannot live, and provides the intelligence we need to not only survive, but thrive. I recommend you watch the video between Veda Austin and Pam Gregory, and it may well transform your concept and understanding of the essential role of water in our lives. Very interesting. As you may remember, I teach yoga at a private detox center on a regular basis. At the moment, I have my fur friend Bailey staying with me while his mother is overseas. I take him many places as he's well behaved and generally popular. Do you want to say hello, Bailey? Do you want to say hello? No, he's sleepy. For the last few classes, I've taken him with me to the detox center. He sits very obediently on his mat while I conduct the class. Unfortunately, he was telling me last time he doesn't really want to go with me there again, as he's monstered by the other dogs at the center. They're bigger than him, and while they're harmless, he doesn't feel comfortable. So he'll just have to stay home and mind the house. I usually finish off with a little story, and it's just a little story today, because in many newsletters I mention the value of growing your own vegetables, particularly in the current global situation. And I'm nurturing my little patch of garden as best I can. Last time he was here from Alice Springs, my friend Tim set up some wide trellis along my north wall, and I finally planted some beans to grow up against that north-facing wall. Let's hope it's not too long before I get beans, because freshly picked beans taste amazing. So thanks for listening, folk. Love your feedback. I'd love to know more about your questions about energy centers and or homeopathic information, or even water with Veda Austin. Have a great month with Virgo, and may you get rid of all the things you don't need anymore. Bye for now.